All right, welcome back to another episode of Prep Sports Junkies here at StateChampsNetwork.com. I'm Scott Bernstein, along with the big fella Jeff Dulac, back in black, back in full effect here at State Champs. Jeff and I are going to talk about some teams that we think have really given some five-star efforts and deserve to be commended on this our new video blog cast site. All right, let's start it off. JD, let's talk a little bit about maybe the best team in Macomb County, Macomb, Dakota.
Dakota's been impressive. They come out and start the season by blowing out the two-time defending Division I state champions. They do it convincingly, 35-10. I don't think it was surprising that they beat Clarkson because Clarkson lost a lot, but the way they did it, they were very convincing. Quarterback Tony Patrico, taking over the reins there, he did a great job. Kaiser Carlton, I think he's a name that if you don't already know, you're going to know in the very near future. He has over 350 yards rushing through 2 games, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns, I think, on the ground. And that's a team that Coach Mike Giannone said was the deepest team that they might have had in the last 5-10 years or so.
All right, let's switch gears and go over to the PSL. I've been championing these guys as my sleeper in the PSL, saying that don't be surprised if King and Cass don't win the PSL. Don't be shocked if it's East English Village. My man Rod Oden over there, one of the best coaches pound for pound in the state, and he's got a squad. Maybe doesn't have the high, they've got some high profile talent, maybe not the numbers of Division I bound players that King and Cass have, but I love the way this team, I love the chemistry of this team. I love the fact they got 2 bookends coming off the line in the pass rush that are both headed to Iowa, Chauncey Golston and Cedric Lattimore. I love their 2-back fire and ice tandem in the backfield, Lindell Mitchell and Nate Bolware, who's just a little bit of he's a little jitterbug back there, 5'7", bowling ball. That could be his new nickname, the bowling ball, Nate Bolware. And then Delvin Washington has looked very good at quarterback. He's a 6'3" junior. He can beat you with his legs or his arms, so I really like what I'm seeing from East English. All right, let's move over to the west side of the state. Let's talk a little bit about Mona Shores.
Mona Shores is a team that I don't think a lot of people expected early on to put up this kind of offense, losing a quarterback like Tyree Jackson. But they have 55 points in each of the first 2 games. Tyler Trovinger stepped in at quarterback and has been tremendous. He against Fruitport, a 55-14 win. He threw for 6 touchdowns, a school record, something that a Division I quarterback they had the year before wasn't able to do. He's been phenomenal. Trovinger and Hunter Broersma, they both play offense and defense. They've made an impact in the secondary.
Moving over to KLAA into my old neck of the woods, Oakland County. Walled Lake Western is a team that I don't know really didn't, in my opinion, get enough love coming into the year. They are an explosive offense, and Coach Sadebski, it's next man up, man.
Mm-hmm.
They just fill in playmakers, and those playmakers go for big, guys that maybe didn't do a lot as sophomores and juniors. When they're seniors, they explode. Guys that go to the next level, like last year, like a Marcus Bailey is an example. He's playing at Wayne State right now. Had a great year last year at wide receiver. This year they got a new batch of wide receivers to go with, in my opinion. As a high school quarterback, the best high school quarterback in the KLAA, Kyle Thomas, a dual threat, the definition of a dual threat. He'll beat you just 3 ways to Sunday, every way possible, whether it's doing amazing things with his legs or just threading needles with his arms. But he's got some really good receivers. Cody White, one of the fastest rising recruits in the state, 6'3", the son of Sheldon White, the former Detroit Lions cornerback. He already has a Wisconsin offer. He's a junior. Cam Ford has looked great in the slot. He's another junior. And then senior Javon Gabriel is another one of these guys that I think is going to have a big senior year after kind of learning the tricks of the trade as a sophomore and a junior. Guys like Jackson Nuracker and Darnell Lanier, on the defense. It's really pick your poison with the Walled Lake Western Warriors.
Wyandotte impressed me. You look at that; that's a young team. They have a quarterback, Tyler Thorington. He's a Western Michigan baseball commit. He's a heck of a quarterback. Does a good job of really keeping that offense level-headed, and does a heck of a job playing safety as well. One thing that really impressed me was the defensive line for Wyandotte. They're undersized. They're not the biggest group in the world, but they are outstanding. They overcome some of these size matchups that they faced against Allen Park, and they were in the backfield all game long. And You know, you look at what they did. They've done the first 2 weeks, going 2-0 with wins over Carlson, I believe, and then Allen Park. You know, that's a big statement, and they now have the leg up in the Downriver League.
All right, let's finish off in the OAA. Farmington, defending champions out of the blue, and moved up to the white, and got 2 nice wins to start the year. Royal Oak, you kind of expected that, but they beat Oak Park in week 2 by a point. I believe it was 30-29. Impressive. You got to consider the fact they lost a 3-year starting quarterback. They lost a lot on that defense, and they lost arguably the best wide receiver in Oakland County in Des Fitzpatrick, who transferred over to Waterford Mott. It hasn't seemed to stop that ship. Coach Bechtel has them primed and ready out of the gate. You got David DeBeast Reese, linebacker, headed to Michigan. He is also just a load to bring down when he's running the ball in between the tackles. So in addition to David DeBeast Reese, they got Jakar Jackson and Kyle Brunson, 2 playmakers on offense that are both being recruited defensively in the secondary as safeties. Jakar Jackson's already committed to Central. Brunson will land somewhere for sure. And they're a fire and ice backfield combination. Sophomore quarterback Andrew McGovern looks very good. Obviously, his transition is helped by the presence of 3 college-bound athletes like the Beast and Jakar and Kyle, and John Bechtel just really has that team playing really well out of the gate, and they could be a sleeper in the OA white. So,
right. You look at Farmington going from the blue to the white, where they had played before, didn't have a whole lot of success. That win over Oak Park might set the tone, letting people know that this is a team that can compete for that OA white title.
It's an impressive win. I thought Oak Park was going to win by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
This is a statement to let the rest of that division know that this is a team to be reckoned with in that division.
All right, remember, always check back here every week on StateChampsNetwork.com for Bernie and the Big Fella, the new prep sports junkies here on State Champs. We love being back. We're excited. Heading towards the center of the football season, heading towards midfield. We'll be there soon. We'll see you next week.